it going, everybody? This is Top Drabo. Hope you're having a great day, and welcome back to another video. Alright folks, for this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 best things that you can do in New York City. Now obviously, it is one of the greatest cities in the world, perhaps the best city in all of America. It is where almost everything happens outside of Los Angeles, and there are so many great things that you can do. In fact, considering that I'm literally an hour away from New York City, I can tell you the same exact thing myself. It is such a great city. And so this is going to be a list of some of what I think are the best things that you can do if you ever visit the great city of New York. New York City, obviously the most populous city in all of America, and perhaps one of the most populous and greatest in all of the world. There are so many great things that you can do there at the city of bright lights. I mean, literally, it's the city that never sleeps for a reason, you know. There's a lot of entertainment, there's a lot of great food, there's a lot of great things that you can do during your time there, a lot of great leisure activities. Literally, whenever you go to New York City, it is literally a place where everything happens, and it happens there for a reason. And because of that, there are just so many things that you can do there while you're in New York City. However, again, this is just the 5 that I personally think are the ones that would be the most popular things that you can do. And obviously the very first one of them, and probably one of the most obvious ones, seek a lot of good entertainment. Outside of Los Angeles, which of course is where Hollywood is located at, New York City is literally the hub of entertainment in America. There is so much that you can seek there in regards to that. There's a lot of sports, there's a lot of great TV activities that are going on there. There are so many great things that go on there in New York entertainment wise that is nothing short of spectacular there, and there are so many avenues that you can choose from. Obviously there's Madison Square Garden, obviously one of the most iconic venues in all of America. In fact, that's where the New York Knicks and I think the New York Rangers will play at, and of course there's a lot of great performances there as well. So obviously that's one great place that you can go to, and of course there are a lot of great TV studios there as well. In fact, there are a lot of live filmings that take place there, you know, like for example, you know, like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, a whole bunch of late night shows there, and of course a lot of news stations as well. There's a whole lot of great places there around that area that you can go to seek some entertainment. And of course, if you're a fan of music, you know, obviously there are a lot of great places to see some music as well, you know, like Radio City Music Hall, or for example Madison Square Garden again, or even the David Giffen Hall just nearby as well. You know, you can see so many great performances there, a whole lot of Broadway acts as well, and really just a whole lot of great ways to really just enjoy the limelight of the city. It doesn't matter where in New York City, it has a venue for almost every sort of possible form of entertainment that you can think of. So literally outside of Los Angeles, this is it right here. New York City, it has it all. And entertainment wise, you will find a lot of great things to entertain yourself with. So I definitely would encourage you to check those out. The next good thing that you can do while you're in New York City is try some new food. And obviously in New York City, just like with a whole bunch of other great cities, there are a whole bunch of great places to try not only some new foods, but also try some new cultures as well. For example, you know, there's like Hell's Kitchen, you know, there's a neighborhood there in New York City. There are a lot of great restaurants down there that you can try. In fact, there's also like a Chinatown as well, where you can try some new, you know, Chinese food and all that stuff. There may be like a neighborhood for like Italian food as well, so you can definitely try some of that. There are a lot of good cultures that are around there in regards to that, where you can really try some great food from other cultures as well. There may even be some food trucks as well. Obviously, you know, I see like whenever I'm walking in New York City, there's a whole lot of halal trucks as well, you know, obviously, so you can definitely try one of those as well. There may be an ice cream truck or two here and there, but obviously there are a lot of that in the streets of New York, so I definitely would encourage you to check one of those out. You also have your Villa Kitchens, obviously. I've been to that a couple of times. I really enjoy that. There's also a Hard Rock Cafe as well there. I really enjoy that restaurant, and maybe even a few like Dave's Hot Chickens as well. And then of course you have your usual fast food restaurants, obviously, but you know, obviously those will separate themselves from all the cool places where you can really get some good food at. It's a really cool food destination. Of course, Atlantic City, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles has a lot of great food places as well, but New York City is also up there. So if you're ever there, you really need to check out some of their restaurants when you get the chance to do so. The next thing that you can do is explore some of their parks. You know, New York City has some of the most famous parks in all of America, and in fact, one of those parks, well, actually some of them have even had some filming destinations as well, and a whole lot of great activities there as well. So you can definitely find a whole lot of leisure activities whenever you're visiting a park there or so. Absolutely the most famous one is Central Park. That's usually the hub hub of the parks in New York City because there is so much going on there. Earlier this summer, there was a New York Philharmonic concert there, and I briefly got a chance to see that there. And of course, there's a whole bunch of other stuff as well. You know, you can just lay down, watch the sunset, obviously, or maybe see another concert or two there, whenever there's an opportunity to do so. And really, just like I said before, sometimes you also see a lot of TV and films being shot there as well. And so obviously, you know, Central Park is a great place to go to. There's also Prospect Park as well, which is probably, I think, like the biggest of all the parks in New York City. I don't remember where that is. In fact, I can't recall what goes on there, but that is another great park to go to. And I think there's like 3 other major parks around New York City that you can really visit as well. And so obviously, you know, those are some great places where you can just, you know, like sit back, relax, you know, watch your kids or your family members play around the playground just a little bit and have a little bit of fun. I know unlike Philadelphia, you know, there's not really a whole lot of, you know, like big spaces for potential parks there, but New York City, it definitely does have its good parks as well. And just like with Central Park, all the other parks are also a lot of fun there as well. So, you know, have a little bit of fun there, you know, spend some leisure time there, you know, just enjoy life a little bit. The next thing that you can do is spend some time in Times Square. Now, usually that is the area where almost everything happens almost in New York City, whenever it is an outdoor venue, you know. You usually see a lot of parades, you know, maybe some performances as well. There's just so much activity going on there that it's a place that you definitely would like to visit at least once. And of course, one of the big things that happens there, New Year's Rockin' Eve. The day before New Year's Day, on the night of New Year's Eve, there will usually be a lot of performances there during that time. And of course, we have that countdown for the ball drop to kick off the new year. Obviously, that's a whole lot of fun, especially with that coming up literally within the next week. There's also a couple of parades that usually take place there as well. You know, I remember NASCAR used to hold their parades there whenever they held their banquet at New York City. That obviously stopped in 2008, but of course, I would really love for that to come back soon. And of course, you know, there may be some good parades that you can go check out there as well. You know, a whole lot of festivities, and, you know, a whole lot of cultural activities there as well. And of course, sometimes, you know, of course, there is like a big bench literally right behind the big building next to it. You know, you can just sit down, you know, just relax, you know, talk to some people, enjoy some good food, and really just have some good times there. I mean, Times Square, that area of New York City, trust me, a lot happens there. And it's definitely a place that you would really want to go to at least once. It is a major hotspot during the day, and especially during the night. So if you're ever there, you know, if you're in the middle of Times Square, trust me, a lot goes on there, and it's not a place that you want to miss. Finally, the last good thing that I think you could do while you're in New York City is to visit the Statue of Liberty. Now, this is obviously a little bit out of the norm, but trust me, in New York City, there is a place that can take you over to the Statue of Liberty. It's called Ellis Island, obviously. You get driven all the way over there by boat, all the way to the Statue of Liberty, and there you can just really explore New York City and the world in a brand new way. Obviously, the Statue of Liberty is one of the most famous figures in all of America. Obviously, it really represents America and represents liberty as well. But yes, it does allow tourism. In fact, the reason why I say that, I have visited there myself with my family back in 2014. Trust me, I really enjoyed being there during that time, and it was a lot of fun. You can literally step inside the Statue of Liberty. You can learn a little bit about the statue in itself, and really just a little bit more about the history behind it and why it is a real signification of the importance of America. You can even, you know, go all the way to the top of the Statue of Liberty as well and look really right through her crown, obviously. You know, there are some real cool sights of New York City that you can get through there. Heck, maybe even some sights of New Jersey as well if you're that close enough. The Statue of Liberty is obviously one of the most famous statues in all of America. Probably the most famous statue there is here. And obviously, you know, it represents a lot of great things. You know, great food, great times, great fun, but most importantly, freedom. And obviously, learning more about that freedom is really cool because you get to understand why it's so good to be American. And obviously, getting to step inside the Statue of Liberty is an even better way to do that. As long as you're respecting the Statue of Liberty, it is definitely a good opportunity for you to really go there by ferry and really step inside to really see why that statue is so important for New York City and all of the world today. Trust me, I would not be telling you this if I haven't stepped in that thing myself. Those are just 5 real good things that you can do while you're in New York City. Of course, there are a whole lot more that you can do during your time there. It is really the city that never sleeps for a reason. No matter for the food, the entertainment, the limelight, the parks, and really all of its historic figures and all that stuff. Trust me, if there's one city that tops all as the greatest city in all of America, it is New York City. It is why that I am so thankful that I live really just an hour hour away from it via bus ride, because I really can just go there and spend a whole day there during my free time if I really wanted to. And that's why it is so great. It is home for so many great tourist attractions, and really is the city outside of Los Angeles and Las Vegas that almost everyone wants to go to. And so trust me, if you're ever in New York, if you ever get a chance to do so, you have to visit New York City. It is the greatest city in all of America, and trust me, you will really get a kick out of the limelight of the city that never sleeps. Anyways, that's just my take on it. I really love New York City, and I really enjoy all the things that go on there. So if you've ever been to New York City, I really like to hear from you. What is your favorite thing to do in New York City? What is it about that city that you really enjoy personally? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be more than interested in hearing your opinions about it. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. Comment below for future suggestions for all my videos, whether it's blogs, projects, or challenges, you name it. Leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me on my social media. All the links are in the description below. That's going to do it for another midweek upload. I hope you're having another great day. As always, I hope to see you all again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.